I want to quickly cut across to our band of reporters getting us the latest. I want to first cut across to my colleague Rohit Singh, who is also our Patna bureau chief. He's joining us live. But Rohit, before we come down to the micro picture of the constituency that you're standing in, 50% all districts of Bihar have crossed in terms of voting percentage. All right, we'll cut across to Rohit in a short while. I believe we don't have him. Can I go to Maushmi? Maushmi joins us from Saran. Saran, a very, very important district, especially for the Mahagathbandhan. The last time around, Mahagathbandhan had massive wins in 2020, and they would hope to consolidate on that figure. Priyanka Gandhi as well campaigning in parts of Saran. So what would be the outcome? Well, we'll only know when that final vote is counted. But Maushmi, if you look at it, voting percentage, it does seem that in Bihar is going to actually, in all probability, at least in the first phase, cross what was recorded in 2020. Advantage whom is the big question. Contrary to what has been the popular psephology belief across the country and other states, that if the voting percentage goes up, that means that it's advantage opposition. In Bihar, many perceive if the voting percentage goes up, it's actually advantage incumbent.
Clearly, Preeti, it's anybody's guess, because considering the fact that this time round it's been a very silent election. First the string of festivals, and then the adversities of the weather with it raining for a good 1 week. We saw so many rallies being derailed, rallies held through video conferences, many of them cancelled, the choppers couldn't take off. So many would say that it was a very dull election and the voters were very silent. So at least the first indicators are coming, as you say, that the voting percentage, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because I really sincerely hope this last 1 hour is going to be really, really crucial, and we hope that all those voters who have not cast their vote should come out and vote. Remember, even if you're standing in the queue at 5 p.m., the Election Commission has said it, if you're in the queue, you will cast your vote. So make it a point to go and stand in the queue, don't get bogged down by the long queues. And we're in Chhapra, Preeti, as you said, that Saran is politically very, very important for the Mahagathbandhan. If you look at the entire seats, 67 seats is a formidable lot. If you look at this entire Bhojpuri speaking belt, and it's bordering Uttar Pradesh, we've seen Akhilesh Yadav, Yogi Adityanath coming in and trying to woo the voters. So which side will the pendulum swing? You and me can't really predict it right now. But yes, the voters would be king and queen today if they can really surpass their previous record.
All right, so if they can surpass the previous record, that's the big question. But to put the picture right down for you, while electioneering campaigning is in full swing, where it comes down to the second phase of election, Nitish Kumar had cast his vote earlier this morning. He is now on the election trail. Tejasvi Yadav cast his vote in the morning on the election trail. 20 sabhas is what Tejasvi Yadav is going to be addressing. You had the Prime Minister today who in Bhagalpur, who of course is also on a campaigning spree. So while campaigning shifts to the second phase, by the end of day, we will know for sure on what will be or the fate of 121 seats, and the results of that will be out when that last vote is counted come the 14th of November. Let's cut across right now to my colleague Rohit Singh, who is joining us. We also have from Siwan Amit Bhadwar, from Darbhanga Rahul Gautam. Rahul, Darbhanga is one district that could very well be a swing district this time around. You have been in Alinagar, where Maithili Thakur is standing from that constituency, a BJP candidate, a woman candidate, an upper caste candidate. Darbhanga is where the last time around in the district there are 10 seats, only 2 went to the Mahagathbandhan. The Mahagathbandhan would be hoping to make gains, especially by bringing in the VIP and Mukesh Sahani, who represents the Malla community. The Malla community is a community, especially in Darbhanga, that has influence over 3 to 4 seats. Last time around, this vote bank had gone en masse to the NDA. This time around, with the announcement of their representative leader in the form of Mukesh Sahani as Deputy CM face, the Mahagathbandhan hopes to change that equation. Rahul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Preeti. So as far as, Mahagathbandhan is concerned, they're pretty optimistic this time around as far as Darbhanga is concerned. As you rightly pointed out, that last time, the Malla community, which has got sizable population in this district, they decisively voted in favor of NDA. And with Mukesh Sahani, in fact, the very seat, Ali Nagar, in fact, that particular seat was won by VIP only. And RJD lost from that seat, in 2020. And this time around, VIP is the part of Mahagathbandhan. So they are pretty hopeful that this time around the Malla community will be voting en masse in favor of Mahagathbandhan, and then the political equations will be swinging in favor of Mahagathbandhan. But right now, Preeti, I'm in Darbhanga city, and I can tell you that the contrast is very visible and very palpable. If you go to the rural areas, you'll find different issues that actually echoing amongst the masses in city. The urban class. It's very very contradictory in a way. Also, one thing is very important that Maithili Thakur, I myself spoke with her. In fact, she accused some people. She didn't name RJD, but said that some people have entered into polling booth and they are donning green robes. There are women who are wearing green saris. In a way, she was saying that the voting is being influenced in the constituency of Ali Nagar. However, the Mahagathbandhan candidates, at least in Ali Nagar, he was pretty confident that this is going to be his way. As far as the city seat is concerned, Umesh Sahani, who is the vice president of VIP, he is contesting from this seat, and he is also heavily relying upon Malla community, Muslim community, and on Yadav community. So in a way, you can say that Mahagathbandhan is looking beyond Dalits, Muslims and Yadavs, and this time they are trying to get into the vote bank of NDA. That's extremely backward community, EBC. Malla community, also is part of EBC. Then there is a community called as Pan Tantiya community, which has got 2% population, and they also hold influence in at least 5 to 6 districts. So in a way, they're trying to cobble up or they're trying to do some sort of a social engineering. And this time around, they have also given more tickets to upper caste, I mean the Mahagathbandhan, and they have reduced. Last time RJD gave 58 tickets to Yadav. This time they have given only to 51. And there seems to be some noise coming in from my polling booth, and you can see at this point of time there seems to be some voters objecting to one particular person. But overall, the voting has been quite peaceful in this district, and barring a few incidents, as I was telling you earlier also, Maithili accusing some of the people trying to influence voting, the overall voting has been very peaceful. The Mahagathbandhan, also I must tell you that as Maushmi was pointing out, that if you are in the queue, post 5, you will be allowed to vote. But Congress essentially is keeping a very close watch on these voters, because Congress has been alleging that the voting percentage was increased in the state of Maharashtra, Haryana, post 5, and they've been smelling a rat. They've been saying that this was a conspiracy, and this actually led to a stolen mandate, and therefore this time around they are keeping a tight vigil, and in fact we've been informed that the voter list are being constantly monitored, and they're trying to match everything just to ensure that the voting process remains intact.
Rahul,
so clearly Mahagathbandhan has got all the weapons. Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, well, that's where the Mahagathbandhan stands. We're going to circle back on the position of the Congress, because on many of these seats, I just want to give our viewers perspective. 9 seats of the Congress are going into, at least in the first phase. out of them, many of them are on a friendly fight, and that is where one can clearly see that there is no coherence where it comes down to an alliance on ground, where the RJD, the left and the Congress is concerned. We're going to come back to that. We're going to speak to Rahul, but I want to cut across right now. My colleague Amit Bhardwaj joins us right now from Siwan, if I'm not wrong. And Amit, to bring you in from Siwan, again, you know, if Darbhanga is one district where the Mahagathbandhan is hoping to make gains and a possible swing district where Darbhanga is concerned, the Mahagathbandhan at least would want to hold on to what it had, where the last time around in Siwan district, out of 8 seats, 2 only went to the NDA. And the Mahagathbandhan would be hoping that the equation remains the same, while on the other hand, you would have the NDA getting the caste calculations right and breaking the Siwan jinx.
Absolutely right, Preeti. You know, the Mahagathbandhan and more so RJD would want that Siwan should go in their favor like the last time around, but the NDA is also fighting back as much as they can, because in the city seat itself, the Siwan urban seat, you have Mangal Pandey, the BJP heavyweight, the Bihar health minister himself in the electoral fray up against Awadh Bihari Chaudhary, who is the stalwart of the Rashtriya Janata Dal. And I just spoke to Mangal Pandey a few minutes back about the contest for Siwan. He's saying that Siwan.
Okay, Amit, also what's interesting is where Siwan is concerned, you have Shahabuddin's son at one end in Raghunathpur, Osama Shahab, who's also contesting. All of that taking place in the backdrop of what we've seen is in Mokama, what we are seeing, you know, even in various parts of Bihar, be it Lalganj, where you have Munna Shukla's daughter who's contesting, Danapur, where you have another Bahubali who's in the fray, right now behind bars on a ticket from the RJD. Strangely, the only seat where Lalu Yadav actually campaigned.